Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Absolutely Not podcast. I'm your host, Heather McMahan. I am so excited. I have one of my dearest friends, one of my favorite people in the world. She's a queen, she's an icon, she's funny as hell, and she's fabulous. Please welcome to the show, Retta.
Why, thanks.
How are you, darling?
Folks. I'm good. How are you?
Everyone has been dying. You don't understand. You are the number one most requested person to come on this podcast of all time.
I think because we both mention each other enough in our stories, and then they're like, well, where the hell is
Where
she?
are you?
Yeah.
Well, Retta, in all fairness, though, you have been on the road the last couple of years doing probably the best show that HGTV has ever seen. And I'm a HGT, obsessed.
Really?
But the ugliest houses in America, I mean, you've been through the shit, girl.
I've seen some things. And it's not so much the seeing, it's the every blue moon, the smelling.
The smelling.
Yeah, I've had some situations where, and I have a very active gag reflex, which doesn't work in my favor. But I have to try to. If I told you which episodes and you go back, you'll be like, oh.
I want you to tell me off camera.
I will tell you.
Because then I want to rewatch. And that's like my comfort show, to watch you go in. And because I know you, I read you and you're like, no. You're literally like, I can't be here. I'm not getting paid enough. I got to go.
Yeah, some are like, this is hilarious. Because
Yeah.
it's just like old design or whatever. And like the wife is like, I know, I told him not to get this house. But then some are like, you stay in this house.
Right.
How?
You turn the lights off at night and you put your head on a pillow.
Girl.
That's the thing is, we've been doing a little house hunting, and obviously we're looking at like nice places, but you even go into some places and you're like, you actually put that on the wall. You thought that terrifying thing, that family portrait, because it's a big thing in the South where everybody has their oil paintings of their babies, and it's like a young man next to like a king, Charles Cavalier, and it's like, that's my son Peyton, and the kid, I'm like, that child it's haunting you in that oil painting. The kid's cross-eyed, the dog's looks cooked. Yeah. So what's the worst smell? Could you describe it?
A lot of times it is just wet, like a moldy type thing where I'm like, I feel the spores expanding in my lungs. But I've had it where it's like feet baking.
Ooh.
And I'm like, that's the one where I was like, we've seen enough.
Yeah.
We've seen enough in here. Let's go. Where else?
Let's get the demo crew.
There was one at a lake house, and the woman kept saying, I'm sorry, it smells so bad. I'm sorry, it smells so bad. And I didn't smell it. And I was like, I can't remember her name. I'm like, Karen.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, you guys have aired it out, blah, blah, blah. Then we walked downstairs into the basement part of the house. And I go, Karen, I know what you're talking about.
Karen,
I see it
as well.
And I was like, okay. You know what?
she's
Let's go see the yard. Let's go see the yard. I had to get out of there.
She's like, all of our dead relatives are buried in the floorboards. That's the thing is, you go into some of these places and you're like, I want to know the secrets. I want to know what actually happened in this house.
That's scariest.
Did you ever have one that like the producers approached you with? Because I don't know how the pre-production works, but did you ever have one where you were like, guys, we can't fix this. Like, we're done. Like, I'm not doing this. I get bad energy, or it's haunted, or I've got to get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. Well, they don't tell me anything.
Okay.
I don't see anything. The only thing I may see is sometimes if we drive by, I see the outside, but usually I will look down. Like, I try to avoid seeing anything.
Okay.
So I don't know anything. I don't see anything. The only thing he will tell me, before I had my second knee replacement on the right.
Yeah.
He'll tell me if there's stairs. So to prepare myself mentally
Right.
to have to deal with stairs. Or he'll tell me they're shy. So like basically I have to try to get them to talk.
Right.
Or they talk a lot, so I'm going to need you to get in there and put the kibosh on it. But that's the only thing I really
It's
know.
not like we see grandma stuffed in the corner. She's been taxidermied and they can't let her go.
Nope. And I walked in many a time and I was like, oh, is that your dog? You had him stuffed.
Yeah.
There's a house this season that I left. You probably should. I'm not even going to say. Honestly, I don't remember. I go everywhere. I don't remember where I am. That is filled, and when I say filled, filled with taxidermied animals. like
hoarding set, like they're piled on top of each other like a deer head.
Well,
and
no,
then a
they're
moose?
all displayed.
Okay.
They're all set, but I've never seen. I was like, this seems like the showroom
Right.
for a taxidermist. You know what I mean? It is a lot. I mean, the home is sparkling. Because that's another thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if some people, they're like, the whole point is this is ugly, so I'm not going to clean it. And then there's some people who are like, we're about to be on TV, which is that's my point of view.
Right.
You're about to be on the TV.
Right.
Let's
clean it up. Because they can be ugly houses, but it doesn't necessarily mean dirty. I was shooting a commercial in the middle of nowhere in America, and that was the thing. We were going into folks' homes, and some of them were fantastic, and there were some that didn't make the cut.
Right.
And it was people who knew that we were coming to film a commercial in their home, and it was actually like hoarders. We're to the point where you were like, how did you, like, what do you mean? Like, if company's coming over, I turn into a sociopath.
Right.
I've got the Dyson vacuum running. I'm making a charcuterie in one hand. I'm bathing the dogs. Like, I lose my shit. Jeff's like, we can't have people over because you are so
Crazy.
fucking wound up. Well, people are on their way over. He's like, I don't know who judged you in a previous life, but it's triggering. But we would walk into people's homes, and I was like, I would come out, and the AD would be like, don't look up, don't look down. There's mouse shit. Like, just be careful. And I'm like, well, you knew I was coming to your home.
Listen, I have run into that. And when, sometimes, it's a house that they've bought, and they haven't fully moved in, so they haven't done all this stuff. But I'm like, there are mouse droppings.
Yeah.
You don't want to breathe this.
Right.
I certainly don't want to breathe this. Why am I walking in it?
That's how the plague started.
Yeah.
With mouse and rat dropping.
Now I've got to go deal with my shoes because I can't take them into my hotel room.
Right.
Like, it's some people, you're just like amazed, but you're like, you know what? This is why you live like this.
Right.
That's who you are. And I'm sorry, we're probably not going to do this house.
Have there ever been anybody who, like, after you do the house, like, they had a real negative? Because they're all pretty great on, like, on the show.
Right.
They're all great. But have you ever had anybody that behind the scenes like, I actually hated this shit?
No.
Okay.
But I also, who knows? Maybe they contacted the producers or whatever, but no.
You stay out of that drama.
I have no say in who gets the reno,
Right.
who gets on the show.
Right.
Like, I have no say in any of it. Other than I usually name the house once I've walked through it.
Right.
But that's
it.
That's it.
Okay, good. So you wipe your hands clean.
Yeah.
You get to judge America, and then you're like, I'm out.
I have no say.
Yeah, I love that. So the new season's about to come out, or you're filming, wrapping it up.
I'm still working. I have one more trip right now to look at houses, whatever, and then the new season of Scariest comes out. I don't know if I can say the date. They told me, but I don't remember if they've released it yet. So I don't know if it's truly confirmed. But it comes out. What are we in August? So soon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, next month.
See, one of the reasons why we obviously bonded is because you and I are ladies of leisure, and we love to travel, and we like to buy bags and do our thing.
And we like to eat.
And we like to eat, and we love to go to Italy. So have you been on any fabulous trips? I know you've been up across America looking at ugly things, but you haven't been on a trip?
My last trip, I was Paris.
Yeah.
I went for my friend's birthday, ran into 2 other friends, had the best time, but that was 2 years ago. So I haven't.
Okay, we need to plan a Euro trip.
Yeah,
we need to go.
Do something.
I just did Portugal and Spain, and it was
I've never
insane.
been. I've been to Spain, not Portugal.
I was texting because we were talking about buying a place abroad, and I was texting. I always thought I wanted a place in Italy, but it's also a shit show there to do anything. And
it's hard.
I was in Mallorca, and Chelsea has a place there, and I was like, Chelsea, what do you think? And she's like, it's also really hard to maintain anything in Spain.
Yeah.
She's like, just rent for now, see if you like it enough. But I'm like, that is the goal, to buy something.
Well, the thing is, the idea of renting somewhere makes me sick to my stomach because paying to not own it and not be in it.
I feel you.
It's different now. I've been listening to different podcasts, and millennials are like, it's better to rent. We can't afford to own, blah, blah, blah. But at least you're in that space. Whereas if you're trying to get that vacation spot, that home away from home, to pay to rent just feels stressful.
Right.
It's like, just do the Airbnb.
Just do the Airbnb.
You know?
But nowadays, if like everybody buys these houses in this little part of Florida, we call it like the Hamptons of Florida. It's called 30A. And I was like, oh, I'm always going to get a house down there. And now no one can get like flood insurance. No one can get insured.
Yeah.
So you're like, fuck Florida. You can't buy anything in Florida. That's a shit show.
All of it.
I know.
Everywhere. You can't get fire insurance places here now.
Listen to us being so adult. You can't get fire insurance. You can't get flood insurance. I mean, we're going to hell in a handbasket.
I had to deal with my insurance post the fires.
Right.
And they were saying they were going to cancel my insurance because they had overhead footage, pictures of my house, and I have trees next to my house. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because
there are trees in the world.
Right.
And people want trees in their yard. So I had to hire an arborist one tree I had removed.
Okay.
And then the rest I had, I had to get a really long branch removed. And so the arborist did that. And then I had to have my gardener go and trim. So it looked crazy. So here's the thing. It's going to grow back, folks.
Yeah.
But I had to cut it. So my tree is like this.
Wait, but you had to cut it because they said if it's
because
too
it
close
hangs
to that,
over the house.
and they're saying if another fire happens,
Yeah.
it could catch fire, and then they don't want to. So here's my thing: I don't know how fucking medical insurance works, any homeowners insurance. All of this is a scam, and I hate to be that person, but I really, the more I look into this, I'm like, none of this makes sense. It does not make sense. Insurance does not make sense. I don't get it. What is it? How does it work?
It's almost like, there should be instead of getting, what we know to be insurance, it's you get a broker, you get a mutual fund, and that is, you pray that you don't have an issue for the first 10 years, and then that's your money to fix your shit when shit goes down, because fuck insurance. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Retta, you are running my campaign. Okay, that makes so much sense.
Like
everybody has their honey fund, basically.
Yeah,
your rainy day fund.
Exactly.
You've got $50K in there if the house burns down, or
that's someone who's privileged enough that can put money away, because right now it's impossible to get a job.
Right.
It's impossible to keep a job. It's impossible to have a job that pays you enough to pay rent. It's all. It's a
hamster wheel of a shit show.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, you and I always talk about in our industry, we'll go to lunch and it's just what are you working on? What are we doing? And we're both kind of it's so slow right now with everything, and that's why I stay on the road. You started in stand-up, and I think a lot of people, they know you obviously from all the hit shows you've been on, but they don't realize you started in stand-up, and you were telling me, you're like, Heather, you're running yourself ragged. I'm like, yeah, but I know that that's consistent.
Yeah.
And I know if I stay on the road, which I love to do, I love touring, but it's also that's how we're making money. I haven't booked an audition in 4 fucking years.
I was just talking to Aziz, and we were talking about this commercial offer that we're not going to do, but he was like,
I'll take
Retta, get back. Retta, get back on the road.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have it in me. He's like, it's steady.
It's steady.
It's steady.
Also, you're already on the road.
But I also am a lazy writer. I'm because you can't just be on the road. You got to get in the clubs, do the material.
Yeah.
You have to also work on it. It's not like you just have a bag full of shows,
right?
And you're like, I'm going to do this show this week,
right?
No, you got to do the work all year to have the new show.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I don't have it in me anymore.
No, I feel it. I just did. And I was just in clubs in Florida last weekend because I was warming it up. I took the summer off and I was like, okay, let me warm up the show. And I was like, let me try some new material and figure out what works. And I forgot what those 4 show weekends. And I mean, 2 shows back to back, you're like, I've been speaking for 4 hours. And I'm exhausted.
By the way, and I never did that.
Really?
I only did colleges. I did clubs every once in a while. But I never, and so there was very few times that I had 2 shows in a night.
Right.
Because you do the hour, then you got to go somewhere to do the other hour. So unless the schools were really, really close, I couldn't really do that. So it was just one at a time. And I used to do, the way it was set up with NACA. Do you know NACA? NACA is the National Association of Campus Activities. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's still in effect, a thing. But the way they would do it is you have a rate, if 3 schools within a certain mileage of each other book you, then they get a break on the rate. And if 5 schools within a certain, so if you do 3 shows within 5 days or 5 shows within a week. So they have to fit it, they have to work together to schedule it to get a break on your rate.
Got it.
After you get to a certain point, you know, now I wouldn't do that because I'm like, it costs this much.
Right.
And it's way more than it was back in 2000. You know
what were the college shows like back then? Because I'll go back to Ole Miss and I'll go back to colleges and do those shows, and I know it's a totally different bag of material.
Right.
Like speaking to a specific group.
Well, because that's all that I did.
Right.
It was pretty much the same.
Okay.
You know, it was pretty much the same material. I didn't change it. I would usually like kind of look at the school paper and bring up something that I saw in it, you know, in the opening of the show. But other than that, I pretty much did the same thing. And then, which was rare, if there was any kind of banter with anyone in the audience, then maybe I would riff the smallest bit. Because I'm very scripted.
You are.
In my stand-up, absolutely.
Wait.
Very scripted.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk vision board. Why don't you and I do a show? Okay, Amy and Tina have a show.
Yes.
If Retta and Heather, we could do, because I'm totally off script. Like I have my show, but then I could do crowd work. I want to shoot a special of crowd work, and everyone's like, "Oh, Matt, right there." Everybody's been doing that for fucking ever, you know. But I like that you're scripted and I'm not, so I could just come in and do the improvised crowd work side of it.
Well, here's the thing: I can riff with someone else, but if it's just me, bitch, I am a robot. I'm doing the same thing again. Oop, did I forget to do the kick in this part?
Right.
There it is. You know, like I was very scripted.
But if we do a 2-person show, literally they sit. Like Steve Martin and Marty, they sit. Amy and Tina sit. We could just get nice couches. We could sit back. We could get like, you know, somebody to design all of our outfits. We'll get Moo to make us fabulous shit. Yeah. We'll stay at the Ritz. It's a whole thing. Like I just feel like we're working so hard individually, and instead of you having to go into ugly homes and me having to do like 10 shows a night, why don't we just sit in couches and people will pay and we'll bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, we got to come up with what we want it to be. What we want it to be.
We have to start with the concept.
Let's start there.
It's just us having like 3 martinis and we're like,
well, that's the thing. That's one of my biggest things. Because I sold a talk show years ago, and I was like, I kept saying every time I talked about a talk show, I didn't really want to do it. I wanted it to be like a cyclical thing, so it just fit in between my seasons. Sold it to HBO, and I was like, well, that's not true. I shouldn't say I sold it to HBO. We pitched it to HBO, and they wanted to do it, and my big thing was I have to be able to drink on the show. My guests have to drink. I have to drink. Maybe the audience can drink.
Right.
But I was like, I kept saying, I need to be drinking and just talking.
Drinking and talking.
Which is ridiculous.
But I also love your parameters of everything. You're like, I don't want to do, I'm only doing 1 show a night. And then also, I need to be drunk. And also, I'm only shooting 3 episodes in between.
Exactly.
In between parts.
Stand up, I never, I didn't drink. I wouldn't drink on the road because I just didn't trust it. I drank.
Like you might go home with like a hot college student or what?
No. God, can you imagine?
Like a senior, like a hot senior. Can I imagine? Yes, I can imagine.
You're like, he's 22.
Yeah.
He's of age.
Right.
No, I just felt, like I said, I was very scripted. So I have to have my wits about me when I'm on stage. I drank once doing a show over on Sunset. Oh God, what was the name of the place? It was across the street from Dublin's.
Okay.
It was like an Asian fusion restaurant, a couple of floors, and they used to have this room upstairs, and it was real. It's a real, trial and error type space. But I drank this one time before I went on, and the bartender was real nice, so it was like real strong, and he just whispered mixer on top of it. And when I got on stage, I was like, yo. I was like, can you see the sweat on my face? I'm lit. And I literally just talked about how I just had a drink before this, and now I'm drunk, and I don't remember what my set was.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing. It was I'm like, you know what?
I could perform drunk and still remember my shit, but I can't be hungover. That's my thing.
Ooh, that's
I can
tough,
be
yeah.
intoxicated because I stay the same. I just get a little bit sleepier and a little loosey-goosier or crazier. But the hangover, I can't do. I don't drink on the road either. Like, I'll have a glass of wine after a show, but I can't. I'm not partying. Like, everyone's like, come out and party.
Right.
I'm like,
Well, that's
dude,
the
I
thing.
gotta do it tomorrow.
Everybody else is in party mode.
Yeah.
You're in work mode.
I'm in work mode.
So it's tough. What I once struggled with was being sick on stage.
Oh.
Sick to the point where I couldn't really hear. You know, when you get the sinusy thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you
That's
kind of
every
can't
other
hear.
Thursday for me.
And I couldn't hear. And this is when being, you know, a scripted robot worked in my favor, because I don't know what happened on that stage. I was
You're like, I was on methamphetamines
I couldn't
and
breathe.
Sudafed.
So I couldn't breathe, and I just remember just kind of going through the motions. And I remember it was a Jesuit college. That I remember. I feel like something weird went down. Something went down, and I was like, I don't know what's happening in the audience, but here we go.
Right.
Like, it was so. I shouldn't drink, and I probably should get better meds before I get on stage if I'm going to be sick.
When did you make the transition from stand-up into acting?
Well, I always was. Well, I did acting. You know, I did acting in high school. I did it in college. I moved to LA in '97.
Okay.
And so I kind of started doing like the open mics. I started doing the colleges within that first year. Like, I got lucky and got an agent, and I went on the road. And then it was Parks that kind of took me out of it, because when I started on Parks, I was still on the road. So I would I had my agent only book weekends. So on the weekends, I would go to a college, rarely two, but one college a weekend. And that just got too hectic. So by the end of season 2, I stopped touring. Yeah.
What is it like, though, when you're on a show that is such a hit?
That's the thing. It's a hit after the fact.
After the fact.
Because
like, when you're in it, you don't feel it.
We never knew when we were coming back.
Uh-huh.
We never had, I shouldn't say we never, I don't honestly don't know, because I didn't follow, like, you know, ratings.
Right.
Jim O'Hare and I shared a trailer, and I would go into his trailer, and he'd be like, "Oh, did you see the numbers?" And I go, even if I saw them, I don't know what they would mean. He would tell me, he'd be like, "We had a such and such share," and I'm like,
"You're like, I don't know what the Nielsen rating means."
I was like, "Is that
Please
good?
do not tell me. Is that good?"
No, I did. Even now,
you're like, "I am drunk."
Even with Ugliest,
right?
Even with Ugliest, I don't know what it means, because TV is so different too now. So I really don't. They're like, it's this +3 and this +7, and I'm like, +3 what?
Right.
And they're like 3 days after it's aired and then streamed, and I'm like, okay, I can't follow. I'm not as concerned. Do I come to work tomorrow?
Right. Do I still have a job?
Do I come to work?
I try to explain that to my audience a bit, because they'll ask like, "Oh, this is happening. You're like, "No, you don't understand. Like, we truly, while people see like success of little, you know, you're only in this business. You're only as good as your last gig." And I always say that, and I believe it. And that's, I think, why I grind hard. I hate that came out of my mouth, but I stay on the road, and I enjoy what I do, because I know I'm like, all right, well, we got to get to the next thing, which also is an illness, I'm sure. But, you know, especially in television, you don't know, it could be a fan favorite, but you have no idea.
Right.
You're like, I don't know if they're going to shut down production, and then we will literally not have jobs tomorrow.
Well, I just realized that I'm starting to come out of the grind period of my life, or the need to grind.
The need to grind.
Like, I used to get so much anxiety during hiatuses between seasons.
Right.
If I didn't have work, I would be like, okay, like calling my manager and my agent, like, hey, what's going on? Why am I not getting auditions? Blah, blah, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I was just like, I need to do something. And so I don't know what it was. I like to work. I like to stay busy, because I do get a little antsy when I'm just home. And then I recently got into a space of like, girl, enjoy home.
Right.
When I got Ugliest, when I was approached to do it, my manager, because I'm not a host. Like I don't see myself as a host. I've never wanted to host. I hated when people asked me to host comedy shows because I was like, I don't think I'm good at it. Blah blah blah.
Oh, you're so good at hosting.
Well, I just was stressed. I was like, this is not my vein of gold. But it was the kind of thing where it was like, all you do is complain about not having something to do in between seasons.
And the phone is ringing, bitch.
Here is something. So just do it. So that's why I did it.
Right.
Because we were wrapping Good Girls. We were coming back. The first season was in between seasons. And I was like, I don't know if this is any good, but I did it. It's I guess it's a hit now, but I just was told, like, we had, like, the finale had really great numbers. What those numbers are, I don't know. That it was the most watched HGTV show among men.
Oh, really?
Which I found interesting. Yeah, like.
What do we think the psychology behind that is?
I think because I'm always clowning.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I do not clown from a mean place. I don't like to do that. That was part of the reason why I didn't want to do the show, because I was like, I don't want to talk shit about these people's home. And the producer was like, Retta, they submitted their home.
Right. They know.
They're gonna try to show you. They know
that grandmother is stuffed in the closet.
They're trying to show you how ugly this shit is, so you can give them money to do, and I'm like, okay, all right.
You're right. We're all in on it.
Right, yeah. So, but I finally have come to and because I'm on the road so much, because that's what the job is, when I come home, I'm like, ooh, home. Yeah. It's nice to be home. So I'm finally out of that phase of, like, super anxiety.
Right.
And so I'm like, I'm going to plan more, vacation.
Good for you, as you should. I was telling everybody, like, I felt guilty being in Europe, and I know that's such a dumbest privileged fucking thing to say, but you're just like, I'm like, okay, well, other people are on the road in the summer, and why am I not doing shows in the summer? I know why I don't do shows in the summer, because I don't want to be in a theater. I want to be outside. It makes you nuts, but it's like, if you don't actually, and I feel like in comedy especially, I have to go out and live, because if I don't go out and live, I won't have anything to say.
Right.
You have no perspective and material and all that shit. All right, so where are we planning our trip? Where are we going? I haven't done Ibiza. I feel like you and I would thrive in Ibiza.
I've never been either.
Okay, there's like the real, like, club. You're up till 5 a.m. with the DJ side, and then there's the luxurious side. Okay, we're more relaxing. Yeah, we like to be on the pool deck, and we hear the music.
I'm in Ibiza, and then
I'm in bed. I'm in Ibiza. I'm out. But we need a place that's got an infinity pool. I'm just, okay. Anybody who is running a resort anywhere that wants Retta and I to come do ads for you, we're ready. We like giant infinity pools. Because we met in Mexico. Let's just talk about that. We met in Mexico. Yes. We were both floating in the pool, and we were on our 5th margarita, and I said, that's my girl.
Me, you, and Ray against the edge of the infinity pool.
Yep. And we had
the original throuple.
The original throuple. I know. We need to bring it back. That's what we need to do. The 3 of us need to go to Mexico, and we need to tear it up. So anybody in Mexico who wants to host us, we like to luxuriate. We like to soak. We have matching caftans. I mean, we could get this whole thing sponsored. The whole thing sponsored.
We do have matching caftans. Although I would say a lot of your fans probably have matching caftans.
They do. Yeah. We'll split a tomahawk steak at night. Although Retta likes hers very cooked. I said, Retta, we went out to this insane restaurant, and Retta's like, no, I want it well done.
No, not well done. Medium well.
Bitch, a tomahawk steak?
Listen, the sight of red in my meat makes my ass clench.
Okay.
I'm like, whoo, because I just think of tiny living things that I can't see, but also drinking blood.
Okay.
And that's not for me.
Okay. Well, when you put it that way, well, that's the thing too. In Spain and Portugal, you really like, if it's ground beef, it has to be cooked well done.
Right.
And I've worked in a lot of nice restaurants where they like a rare burger, and I'm like, listen, dude, it's ground. I need it cooked. Steak, I'll do carpaccio. I'll do a bloody. I don't mind a bloody steak. But everywhere we went, I was that person in Europe being like, can I get my burger well done? Because it's disgusting. I'm not, Okay, but we did split a very crispy tomahawk steak after 45 margaritas, and I was like, I love this bitch. She's my girl. But I love that, this is what we're
Not
doing.
a crispy. It wasn't crispy.
Crispy
It
tomahawk.
was medium well.
And we had to take that cab. Remember? Okay, there was before Uber lifts, and remember we had to take that cab, and we were leaving a 7-star hotel in Mexico for our friend's
because
birthday.
we ate there every day. Like,
Yeah, we had to get off
the
property.
menu. Yeah.
We had to get our property, and the car that they sent, I thought it was gonna be like a cab. I don't remember how we paid this man. It was, remember that rickety old, it was like a Toyota Tercel from '84, and it was you, Ray, and I, and we were literally, I mean, the car could barely.
Did I sit in the front?
You sat in the front?
Yeah, because I usually
because you
do
bullied
that.
us.
I'm like, mm-mm.
I'm not doing it. So Ray and I were like two sweaty, wet bodies next to each other, and I was like, "This is not a cab. I don't know how we are leaving this 7-star resort in this.
Yeah, we are going
this
to,
shitter. Yeah."
Are we going? Are we sure you're going to the restaurant?
And then the restaurant we went to, remember there was like you were walking to the bathroom.
Those
animals. We were getting attacked by peacocks.
Big birds. Oh my God. Yes.
It was very frightening.
I mean, because there was one perched on top of the ladies' room, and I was like, how do we get in the bathroom?
Right.
Because it's going to jump down and attack us.
It was also like cawing, like it was making itself known, and you were trying to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, I've just had a crispy tomahawk, so I gotta shit. I gotta get out of here.
You think I bet my mother will look a waiter in the face and say, I want my steak well done, but juicy. Always.
Does that just mean like extra butter on top?
No, I guess the way she cooks hers, I think it's because she'll use fattier meat so that it still has a little bit. She'll look a waiter. I would like it well done, but juicy. And I'm just like,
Great.
That's probably not going to happen. And they're like, I can get you well done.
I can get you well done. I can get you well done. My dad used to do the most embarrassing thing because he's, the Diet Coke king. He would literally look at a waiter and he was like, "Hey, do you know why people drink Diet Coke?" And the waiter's always like, "What?" And he's like, "Because they're fat and they're thirsty." He's like, "Keep this thing filled. Your tip depends on it." And I was like, Kyle McMahan, says the fat man chugging the Diet Cokes. That was his favorite line. Because they're fat and they're thirsty. And then people, it'd be like a young teen standing there and just like, "Sir, am I allowed to laugh at the fact that you're fat?" I'm gonna start saying that. Well done, but juicy.
Well done, but juicy. Right in his face.
I like it. So we're gonna allow ourselves to take time off. We're gonna allow ourselves to sit at home. I mean, my audience knows this. I bitch all the time. I'm like, I can't wait to get home, and then I'm sitting at home and I'm like, I'm bored out of my mind. I just become very antisocial, and then I sit on these like expensive Italian couches I bought, and I'm like, no one's calling me. It's like
exactly.
I'm horribly depressed and lonely.
I'm always texting. I'm like, anybody available for dinner?
Yeah. Well, I'm always down to eat.
Jobs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have jobs. We have families. We have kids. It's like, fuck you. I'm ready to eat. That's the hardest thing about stand-up too, is people don't realize we don't get to eat well.
Yeah.
Because by the time we usually have to get to the theater or the club, you're in that weird hour, and then you're performing, and then I want to eat afterwards. I want to sit at a steakhouse at 11:45 at night, because I'm not going to sleep till 2.
Right.
I'm wound up. I want to have a nice bottle of red. I want to not split a tomahawk with you. And then I'm like, whatever happened to late night steakhouses?
I can't eat before I get on stage.
Right.
I just feel I can't be full. I feel
burping. I can't be
a little
burpy.
Weird, So by the time you get off, you tend to like just scarf down all the stuff they have in the dressing room, which is not good. It's better to go get a meal.
Yeah,
especially if you're going to be up anyway.
You're famished. Like I have done some scary things backstage to a plate of jalapeno poppers. I'm like, I gotta have one now. I've just done 8 shows for people in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, God.
So what's on the vision board for the next couple years? Like, what is a dream? Because you said you pitched the talk show where you could drink and then kind of just sit around.
Ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I still want to work. I want to act. So we're still out there looking.
Have you auditioned for anything recently where you're like, this has potential?
I have an audition on Friday and tomorrow. I have an audition tomorrow and then on Monday.
Okay.
But I haven't had a lot of things come my way. I've just been on the road too,
right.
So it's kind of hard. And it's just, there's not a lot of
No, there's
things
nothing.
happening.
And they'll send me, you and I are probably auditioning for the same thing, and it literally says like black woman, and my manager's like, Matt, you know Maggie's just like, Heather, just send in a tape. Just let them see it. I'm like, no, I guarantee this is not for me, but I'll send in a tape. Like, I don't know how many more tapes I can send in that are not for my type. I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta do it. And my audition on Friday is a Zoom. Which,
so with the producer. So for the audience that doesn't understand, when you do a Zoom, you're like, it's already awkward enough. You have the camera set up on like a weird thing, and you're auditioning, and then in the Zoom, I never know who to look at. Like, I'm looking at the reader, but I'm also like, there's action going on behind.
You have to pin it. You have to pin the reader. You have to pin the reader and just look at the reader.
Okay.
Because you will get caught up because you're trying. Because also
you're
also
auditioning
trying to see
cross-eyed.
people. Well, you're like looking like, did you think that was funny?
Right.
You know, and you don't want that.
Right.
I still haven't gotten it. I have gotten better with the self tapes. I usually have a friend come do it with me. And I have gotten better with that. I hated it at first, but now I'm like, okay. I can
do this as many times
as I need to, pick the ones that I want. I'm not wearing pants.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, however I can get away with it to feel the most comfortable.
I just watched you on the plane back from Europe on Hitman.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we have to talk about this.
Okay.
I need to know everything about Glen Powell. First of all, the movie's great.
It's good, right?
He wrote it, produced it, he stars in it.
He and Rick.
He and Rick.
Yeah,
okay.
he and Rick wrote it.
It's great. You're so funny in it, and you're just so great and sarcastic and like, funny Retta. But the movie, I really enjoyed it.
It's really good,
What
right?
does he smell like? Is he great? Is he fantastic?
Glenn is very much who you see. Very sweet. He is a family guy,
right?
A mama's boy. He's very much like about his family. They're all very close. He's really sweet. Like, when that stuff went around. Now I'm just gossiping.
Yeah,
but that stuff that went around about him and Sydney
Sweeney.
He was dating. He had a girlfriend at that time.
Right.
It was like, I think the PR of that movie let that run, because I don't want to say the movie was not good.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Did you see the movie?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. It wasn't great.
I love Glen Powell.
Yeah.
That movie sucked ass. It was bad. And so, but it was number one. And I think it was because the PR let that craziness
There was like
go.
4 housewives on TikTok, from like Minnesota being like, we've uncovered the scandal. And that's why it took off. That's all you could hear about on TikTok for 4 months was about their scandal. I love Glen Powell. I'm not really into like All American Men, but there's something about him. And when I saw that you're in the movie, I was like, I know I'm going to see Retta soon. I have got to like pick your brain about it.
And also because I met him, I had met him 10 years ago. We did a small movie that our friend wrote and directed out in, actually, I don't remember if he wrote it, but he directed out in Florida.
Okay.
Oh, it was a challenge. But I knew him from there. His mom was there. His parents visit every set.
I love this.
Every single
My mom does too,
set.
and we do not allow her to, and she shows up. Right.
Every single set. So I met his mom back then. She was there when we did Hitman. He's just good
people,
good home slice kind of guy.
Who's your favorite person you've ever worked with?
Well, that's gonna make other people feel.
Or just your buddy, like when you've had on set where you're like, that's my buddy. We have fun.
Well, obviously, May and Christina. We were very close when we worked. We talk a lot. I see Christina a lot more because May's been, she was out of the country for a while. And then like Jim O'Hare,
right?
I'm still close to.
Well, once you're next door to somebody in a trailer, and you were like, that's a totally different relationship. No one will ever understand that.
He would, because I before that was before I had like my knee surgeries and stuff. He would get my snacks. He's like, oh, there's an ice cream truck. Should I get us some ice cream? I'm like, I think you should.
You're like, I'm ice in the knee. Get us some. There's
a churro truck. Should I get some churros? I said, yes, you should get some churros. Yeah.
What's on your rider? What do you have to have in your trailer in order to even step foot on set?
I don't know that I have.
You don't have a creature comfort?
No.
I had these weird lemon mints by this company called Simply. And, they kept saying they were going to send me some, and I have yet to receive the PR.
Yes. So my rider, yes. Like now they have to have, I have to be able to make a turkey and Swiss sandwich on pumpernickel for lunch. Wait. So that's because we're out in these fucking places.
I know.
And I'm like, are we getting Mexican in North Dakota?
Right.
Is that what we're ordering? I'm going to have a pumpernickel sandwich.
I just love how specific it was. You're like, I don't have anything in my rider, but I also need turkey and Swiss on pumpernickel.
So yes, they asked me what do I need for food. So I have, I do the Snapple teas.
Yeah.
And then I do the San Pellegrinos sodas. And then I do my pumpernickel, Swiss, turkey, mayo, mustard, onions, lettuce. That has to be in the fridge. So we make, I make my lunch almost every day. And then Fritos.
Okay,
Go
great.
with my sandwich.
Do you want the chili con queso ones or just the
Nope,
original?
regular.
I like this. I like
Regular Fritos. And then I have club crackers, but I don't eat them as much. I have those. I have the cheddar cheese. I prefer Cracker Barrel, but the cheddar cheese, pieces. And then,
dude, Cracker Barrel
apples.
cheddar is it's a phenomenal
good.
cheese. It's a
good.
great cheese. Yeah.
It's better than most.
And the club crackers are specifically buttery enough.
Yes.
Okay, great. We're on the same page.
Butter cracker. I don't eat them as much. And Tate's peanut butter and peanut butter. Tate's chocolate and chocolate chip and walnuts.
Okay.
Cookies.
You like a crispy Tate.
I do not like a soft cookie.
What?
Yep, that's someplace we
do.
And my friend Rosa will look at me like, bitch, how are we friends? And I'm like, I do not like a soft cookie.
You don't want a warm, soft cookie.
Nope.
Kind of raw in the middle.
You know how wait, where'd my glasses go? Did I take them off?
I think they fell.
Oh,
they fell.
You know how, was it Hampton Inn or Fairfield Inn that used to have the hot cookies?
Yes, or a Holiday Inn.
No, it's Doubletree.
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 Yes. You get a hot cookie.
Hot cookie. And I'd be like, no, thanks. And they're like,
what?
They're fresh. They just, no, I'm good. Thank you. Because I don't like soft cookies.
Is it the texture? This doesn't make sense, Retta. I don't know if we
I
can
love
go on tour together. I'm so concerned.
Yeah, we can, because I will have the
Crispy
crispy
cookies.
You'll have the soft, and we will never fight.
I mean, here's the thing. If I have a crispy cookie, I'm going to eat that like potato chips. Like anytime I've had a sleeve of Tate's, I'm not having just one or two.
I didn't say I didn't eat them all.
Okay, great.
What I'm saying is, it's what I prefer. I mean, it is problematic. The weight I gain on the road, I've been a little bit better because I've actually been good about waking up and going to the gym. However, if it's open, chances are that one sleeve is going to be finished.
It's going to be gone
during the day. Yeah.
That's the other thing. People don't understand. They're like, don't you have a routine when you're on the road working out and everything? You're like, no, I'm on airplanes. Yeah. I'm eating Starbucks sous vide egg bites in the airport. I'm chugging an iced coffee. My cortisol's off. I'm up and down. I don't have a normal sleep pattern. I'm changing time zones.
It's tough.
No, we're lucky if we get 30 minutes to maybe run around a parking lot.
Right. I wake up now. Like I said, I'm much better at it. So I wake up between 5 and 5:30. I go work out. Mm-hmm. I come in. Whoever is assisting me on the job gets me a latte in the morning. I need it 1.5 hours before we get in the car. Okay. Because I need the time to clear the pipes.
Right. Yeah.
Before I go.
Wait, hold on. We need to pause that real quick. People also do not realize the occupational hazard that is
so
you don't shit on
stressful.
Set. You don't shit
not
all
even
day.
that. No, I'm talking about Ugliest right now. I'm talking about traveling.
Yeah.
Fucks with my bowels in a way that is so upsetting. Like, that's all we talk about in the hair and makeup. We were like, I'm like, girl, last night I got up 3 times to shit, or girl, I haven't shit since we left LA. It's been 4 days. That's literally how we start our mornings. Like, my stomach. And then the thing is, like, it used to just be the RV, but we've had so many issues with RVs, like the power going out. And when we're in these hot ass towns, you need AC. So a lot of times we'll have the RV, but we'll have to do the hair and makeup in a hotel room or in an Airbnb. And depending on how it's set up, somebody is having a tough time with the stomach and we're all in the one room to do hair and makeup. We're like, we're gonna need 2 rooms.
We're gonna need 2 rooms.
Or be like, I'm gonna go shit in the lobby. I'll be back. It's tough. It's real tough.
Nobody gives us as actors and comedians enough credit because they think it's all glitz and glamour. They have no idea the things that we have had to do to relieve ourselves.
The body stuff. You
Yeah,
have
the
to
body
deal with
stuff.
the body stuff. And then you have to like get on camera and be this person when you know you broke your toe last night because you walked into your bed knowing that foot was there. That bed foot has always been there. And yet you walked into it anyway.
Do you know how many camera or sound guys I have apologized to? It's like, I shared my mic back was still on. I hope that was muted. You just forget, and I'm like talking shit about it. Like, this entire production's going to burn to the ground. I got to shit. And then you're like, you guys pick that up? My bad.
I do think that the sound guys in this town know
they know everything.
All the secrets.
They know
all the
everything.
Things, and they could ruin a career if they wanted to.
Have you ever had anything happen on a set where, like, especially because you've been on these hit network shows, but have you ever, like, what's the wildest, that's such an open-ended question, but have you ever had, like, you don't have to say any names, like, worked with a diva, or, like, somebody melted down or walked out and being like, I don't like the lighting, I'm out of here?
No, I
worked
have
with good people.
I will say I've worked with, people where I'm like, this how you want to do it?
Yeah. How do you still keep getting hired?
I'm like, do you need a minute?
Right.
But it happens so rarely. Yeah, no. I've been lucky in that I haven't had to deal with that.
Well, wait till you go on the road with me, Retta.
I've had there's been a producer where I was like, I will kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
But that was just somebody being a psycho
asshole.
bitch. Yeah. But no.
Okay, so you're cruising. You're good.
Yeah, I've been
You're spending more time at home. Now, listen, we could have gone to the voicemails, but that would be another 10 hours. Okay, Retta, this is the Absolutely Not podcast, which we barely touched on, but what are your do you have any Absolutely Nots right now in life in general?
Well, now, having done this job for the last 4 years, I don't want to work with people that I don't enjoy being around. So I put the kibosh on that really quickly. And, if you're, first of all, we're all out here in these streets struggling. It is when we're, I was just shooting in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
In Phoenix and in Tucson. When you're out there and the sweat is pouring, I need you to be on board.
Right.
With getting this done.
Yeah.
Please.
So
I've had situations where I'm like, I'm sorry, you're just a PA.
Yeah.
We are out here sweating.
I'm
gonna need you to get it faster.
Right.
And it's actually not been a PA, but I just use that as an example. It hasn't been a PA, but yeah. And you're like, no, we're not doing.
I'm gonna need a hustle from everybody.
Yeah,
I'm with you too. Like, I just want to work with fun people. we just want to work, but I can't handle the drama. I can't handle the being uncomfortable at work.
Yes, it's so hard.
Was it Amy Poehler and Jack Black were talking about that on her podcast? They were like, we want to work with nice people. If you're going to be a dick, there is no, you want to go to work and have fun.
Right.
You want to be on the road and have fun. We get to do one of the best jobs in the world, which is what we all want to do.
Right.
There should not be drama.
Yeah.
Why? It's so unnecessary.
And I understand, having a bad day, something's going on, but fake it till you make it. That's how we all do. Because, I wasn't the number one on the call sheet until my pilot. I've had bad days.
Right.
You're not here to experience my bad day.
Right. I will cry about it in my trailer. I will eat my turkey and Swiss on pumpernickel, a sleeve of Tate's cookies,
100%,
a couple drinks, and then I'll show up to set lit and ready to go. Yeah, it's like not having the tolerance, or I just don't have the energy, and I can't give other people my energy.
Yeah.
If it's like this isn't going to be reciprocated, I don't have it in me, and I'm really riding a fine line of if you don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. I don't know what to tell you.
One of I can't remember which season. It was the Did you see when Ken Pavis was on? Did they put Ken in the? Ken popped out. Ken showed up at one of my houses.
Yeah, the hairstylist Ken.
Yes.
Yes.
Ken popped out. That
I haven't seen that one.
That day, maybe they didn't put it in the episode, but he answered the door when I went to the house, and I was like,
Ken,
what are you doing here?
Yeah.
It was in Detroit. I didn't know it at the time. I was having a diverticulitis episode. I didn't know I had diverticulitis. So when I'm doing my OTF, talking to the camera, like if you could see all the footage, you just see like my producer will be asking me a question and I'll be like, I don't know what she was doing. I was like, girl, why would you put all these plants in this room? You need
Meanwhile, you have strawberry seeds that are ripping your intestines.
And so I was having pains, and then afterwards, I met up with. Actually, I didn't meet up. We had been together. He stayed while I shot. Then we went to dinner. We had walked, and I remember I didn't eat. And I remember that night, so I had a flight the next morning. I couldn't get on the flight. Luckily, the next day was a dark day, so we didn't have to shoot. So I had a friend who was from Iowa, South Dakota. They're from South Dakota. He happened to text me, and I go, "That's so weird. I'm going to your hometown tomorrow." Right. I said I was supposed to go today, but I'm
in pain.
And he's like, his friend ran the ER. So he's like, so I went to the ER there. That's when I found out I had the diverticulitis because they did the test and blah, 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 whatever. But we got the job done.
Right.
I mean, it was a nightmare.
Right.
But we got it done. And it was like everybody worked together.
Right.
So we could get it done. It wouldn't take any longer. And then I could go to my hotel room and cry. You know what I mean?
I can suffer. Truly, I talk about like the suffering in silence. I'm so excited for Taylor Swift's new album, like The Life of a Showgirl. But like even her last album, which is like, I'm a real tough bitch, right? I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8, the lights come on and you're like, I have the flu, but I am working and you'll never know. I shit my pants on the way to work. You just work. You do it. You just do it. You do it. And other people who can't, where it's like it cripples them. And again, everybody has bad days. Everyone's going through shit. But it's like somehow you have to figure out, and maybe it's because we're comics, we know how to go into a dark place. Yeah. Tell yourself, quit being a little bitch. You're gonna get a burnt T-bone later. So shut up.
It's also having an awareness of like what other people experience, because it's like I've been there where that person was having a bad day, and now the room is suffering.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to kill the room.
I also don't want them talking shit about me.
Right.
when I do that. Because I definitely talk shit about her. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for our next vacation.
I know.
All right, so where do we want to manifest? Are we going? I haven't done Switzerland.
I've never been.
You know, and I'm telling you, the Italian Dolomites look very nice. Lot of.
I don't know what an Italian Dolomite is.
Okay, the Dolomites are like the mountains, so it's kind of like on the Austrian, German, Swiss border, like all up there. Yeah, I figure maybe we do a nice little Dolomites moment.
You know what we're talking? My friend Carly and I were talking about doing our first Christmas in London, in the UK.
Dreamy.
Because I've never been. I've been to the UK. I've been to London, but I've never been. I always used to go to Italy for New Year's. I used to go to Rome for New Year's, and I'm like, oh, you hear my stomach going?
Yeah.
I need to eat.
3 more minutes, I'll get you out of here. Don't worry.
And so we might do that. Like I want to experience some things that I've always seen on the gram.
I want to do the Christmas markets.
Yes.
I want to hit all of the Bavarian places. I want to do the Christmas markets.
That's what she wants to do.
I'm pretty sure it's the same knickknacks at every single Christmas market. I'm sure when you hit the first 3 stalls.
It's the same as the little huts you find out in the middle of the country that are Christmas all year long, which we've stopped at 2 on this last trip. And I'm like,
it's all the same shit, but I want the Christmas market. I want to do, okay, so we're going to plan a Christmas market trip. And I think we do some sort of Dolomites and then a Mexican adventure too. So guys, I don't know if you know this, if you're going to book us for anything, we can't go.
And Ibiza.
Yeah, and Ibiza. We're going on vacation. Go fuck yourself. But please call us and sponsor the whole trip. Retta, I love you. You're one of my favorite people in the world. We really do have to plan a trip. And where can everybody find you, and where can they see you next?
They can see me on Scariest House in America on HGTV and HBO Max streaming, which I believe starts in mid-September.
Okay.
Because we're doing more episodes. We only did 4 episodes last time. We're doing 6
Ooh.
this time.
Okay.
So,
Hey, bump. We love it.
yep. And that's why we're going to Ibiza.
Yeah.
And then Instagram, unforgettable.
Unforgettable. Doing the thing. And come see us and do a city near you because we're going to try and pitch our Tina and Amy show.
Our sit on the couch on
Let's
the
sit on the
stage
couch.
and chat show.
Yeah. I'll write it. It's fine. And we'll just bebop around. And that's what we need to do because we got to keep this train going as we continue to audition. Retta, I love you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
As
having
always, you guys, you can call into the hotline, 800-213-7503. I'll see you next week on the Absolutely Not podcast. Please follow Retta and come see her on the road with me because I'm going to force her to get back to work. Okay. Love you, mean it. I'll see you on the next episode. Ciao, Bella, a Riverdale G.